तो बस अपना पढ़ते गया एंड एग्जाम दे दिया तो आ गया।
नहीं, रैंक 1 का सपना मैंने ऐसे नहीं देखा था, पर हाँ ये जरूर था जो भी देना है अपना बेस्ट देना है।
मैं कभी सोच के नहीं रखा था कि रैंक 2 आएगा मेरा।
मेरा मानना ये है कि सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि आप अपना बेस्ट वर्जन बनो।
एक प्रॉपर बैलेंस और एक प्रॉपर शेड्यूल, दैट इज द मोटो।
Yes, dear students, a very warm welcome. We start with a chapter called Classification of Commercial Organizations. So, what exactly we mean by commercial organization? They are profit seeking organizations. What do they do to seek this profit? They conduct commercial activities. So it's absolutely clear they want to earn money. They like money. Now, there are variety of commercial organizations. Variety. पैसा कैसे कमाने का? Variety of commercial organizations. We start with industrial. Industrial organization means where goods are manufactured. So once goods are manufactured, they would be sold in the market by traders. So this traders, this organization is called trading. But to sell these goods, they would require help of transportation. So now transportation is also become an industry. Sometimes goods needs to be stored. So warehousing has also become a very big commercial industry. Now you need money, so you go to bank. So banking is also a commercial organization. You also need insurance. If something happens to my goods, I need insurance. What else do you think is needed? Anything coming to your mind, dear students? Sir, these days without advertising, it's not easy. Absolutely correct. So, we have basically understood the variety. We have understood all these are variety. Variety. So, now, commercial organizations. We know the types. So, these organizations can be micro. Micro itself means, we know the word small. So small से भी छोटा, micro, small, medium or large. Now how do we understand if this is micro, this organization is small? You'll understand this at the higher study. Let's say turnover. There's a word called turnover. Turnover means amount of sales. If somebody is making a sale of 200 rupees per day, so micro organization. Somebody is making a sale of, let's say, 10,000 rupees per day, small organization. Somebody is making a sale of 1 lakh per day, medium organization. 1 crore rupees per day, large organization. So these are classified based on the turnover. So now we will get into one more type of classification. Classification based on ownership. So we are studying commercial organization. So based on ownership, we got three classification: private, public, or joint. You are a private person, you are a private entity. If Love Garg wants to start any business, he will be termed as a private entity. If State Bengal, West Bengal, the state of West Bengal, they start something, let's say the electricity division, or we say the railways are still under the control of government. So railways is public organization. If private plus public means private entity plus government. Government can be state government, government can be central government. If they do something together, it is a joint enterprise. So when we say that this is my organization, any organization, if it is my organization, just one simple question: if it is my organization, who owns the organization? Of course, sir, it is my organization. So my name is Love Garg. I own this organization. Fantastic. Who will control this organization? Will your neighbor come and control your organization? No, no, sir. Why will I allow any neighbor? So I will control this organization. Okay, fine. Who will fund this organization? Who will finance this organization? Sir, वो तो पापा से पैसा लूँगा ना. Fine. So it is your father. So basically, it is financed by you, Love Garg only. So any organization needs to check who owns the organization. Now, if state government owns the organization, will we call it private? No, sir. State government, they work for the welfare of public. The government works for the welfare of public. That is the reason why we call them public organization. So whenever the ownership is by the state government, so of course it will be controlled by the state government, it will be funded by the state government. So this three: ownership, control, finance. Who owns it? The person who owns it, he will only like to control it, and the person who is controlling, why is he controlling? Because his का पैसा लगा है भाई, मेरा पैसा लगा है, it's my money. Okay, so be it private, be it public, their motto is to earn profit. I think this is also quite clear. In examination, you need to write. So if we discuss about the features of a private sector enterprise, what are the important points you need to write in the examination? So point number 1 is private ownership and control. So what exactly do you mean by private ownership and control? So it is fully owned. So there is no joint ownership. It is fully owned by that private fellow. So once it is owned, we know it is also controlled. So need not explain that. Now, fully owned, it can be by one person, one individual, or it can be group. It can be a group of person, group of individuals. When it is owned by one person, we will study, it is called sole proprietorship. When it is group, we can call it partnership. When the group is even bigger, because partnership maximum members is 50. So if you want to grow higher, bigger, So after partnership you can get into joint stock company. But will joint stock company will of course have more than 50 people. There's also a concept called HUF, Hindu Undivided Family. Or you can also start a cooperative society. So we will study all these in details. But now you know one thing for sure: HUF, joint stock, sole proprietorship. These are all private ownership. The motto, again, the motto, second point is profit. Once we call them private, do you think the state government or central government, will they also be a part? Will they participate? The answer is no. No. When they do not participate, so can we say that there is no control? No control of state government? No control of central government? Of course, if they have control, that means they are also joint owners. You can control what you own. This is my cricket bat. Why did you touch it? Because since you own it, you control it. You don't want anyone else to take your cricket bat without your permission. But if it is a joint ownership between two brothers, will the other person take permission? No, because it is a joint ownership. So who brings in the money? So the private people, they will bring in the money, so we call it private finance. I'm very sure it is a very easy chapter. Just get your basics clear, my dear students, and you will be ready to understand sole proprietorship. You will be ready to understand partnership. So this is the base building chapter. So who will contribute to the finance? If it is a sole proprietorship, the sole trader will contribute to the finance. In case of partnership, the partners will contribute to the finance. In case of a joint stock company, who will finance? The people who finance, they are called shareholders in a joint stock company. The company invites applications and then the company issues shares. So this is a simple procedure. Sir, can a private entity also take loan from banks? Of course. They can take loans. They can take long-term loans or they can take short-term loans. Long-term is generally more than 1 year. Short-term is less than a year. Basically, if you take loan, you need to repay them. Long-term means ठीक है आराम से देना. Short term means you need to repay it within a year. Now coming to management. So management, who will manage the show? Of course, the management will be done by the owners. Sole proprietor, only one single owner, so he is managing. In partnership, there are various partners, so they manage the show. But now one important question. If it is a joint stock company, who will be managing the shows? Joint stock companies, let's say there are 1 crore people who are shareholders. Now, who will take charge of the company? So, people who take charge of the company, they are known as directors. So, owners are 1 crore people, but the people who's managing the show, they are called directors. So, basically, there is a technical term which we use, management is separate from ownership. So, this is all about private organization. Now, let's study about public sector organization. See, I cannot take care of my handwriting because otherwise the lecture speed will reduce a lot. So, do not complain about my handwriting, just listen to me. So, when we talk about public sector organization, they are owned. Can you tell me who owns public sector enterprises? They are owned either by central government or by state government. So, only owned? No, sir. They also operate. So, the word is owned, operate. Who operates? Again, central government, state government. So, owned by CG or SG. So, in examination, you need to write state ownership. So, please, once they ask you the features, so state ownership. Example, we know banking is also a part of commercial organization. So, RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So, who owns Reserve Bank of India? Central government. The central government owns the Reserve Bank of India. Now, West Bengal, let's say transport system or transport authority. So, they are running the buses for people. So, this is owned by West Bengal state government. So, we are discussing the features. So, feature number 1 would be state ownership. Feature number 2 would be government control. Feature number 3, their motto is service motive. Sir, but we discussed that they are commercial organization, they need profit, of course. But when we say service motive, they only motive is not profit. Means no profit maximization theory is applied. थोड़ा प्रॉफिट से हम काम कर लेंगे. So we are discussing about state ownership, government control, service motive. Who will fund? It will be funded by state. So it is called state financing. But who are managing the show? Directors? No. They are managed by the IAS officers. You need to give exam of UPSC. You can become an IAS officer. So, public sector enterprises, they are managed by IAS officer. We call them bureaucratic management. Bureaucratic management. So, you need to get your spelling correct to get marks. So, what do you mean by bureaucratic management? The rules framed by government. Okay. So last point is, since government is elected by the public, we are living in a democracy environment. So people, they want accounts. So the government organization, they are accountable to public. So the point is public accountability. If your government is not working properly, you will not vote for that government. So the government will always come to the public. You see, our government has done this for the students. See, my government has done this for elders. So government will come to the public so that the public votes for that government. There will always fight between, let's say, BJP and TMC in Kolkata or West Bengal. So TMC is working very hard. So they need to tell the public, you see, we are working very hard. BJP wants votes of people, so they will always complain. अरे हमें चांस दीजिए, हम इनसे अच्छा काम करेंगे. So who will give chance? Chance will be given by public. If public votes for BJP, so the government will be of BJP. So they will control the resources of the state or of the center, whom public votes. So all this is public accountability. Dear students, now we discuss joint sector enterprise. So joint sector enterprise, there is a private organization. We know Mukesh Ambani. So Mukesh Ambani has lots of private organization, private companies. So let's say Mukesh Ambani joins state government of Maharashtra, and they also invite monies from public. So public at large plus Mukesh Ambani and state government of Maharashtra. So why are we including public at large? Because let's say if 1 crore public just invest 100 rupees, so it is so easy to collect 100 crore rupees. So at times the expertise of Mukesh Ambani means a private organization, the help of state government and public money. So these three people, these three persons, Ambani ji, state government and public money, they form an organization and we call it as joint sector enterprise. Now, who will be owning them? Example of joint sector can be, Indian Oil. And there are more examples, Cochin refineries, and you can, you should search, you should Google. Every day you people Google. So now homework would be, you will message me 5 names of joint sector in India. So the ownership is mixed ownership. It is very easy. The management would be combined management. Only Mukesh Ambani is there? No. So the management will be joint management, where government, they would nominate in the board of directors. They will nominate few of their officers. Now, generally, the formula of share capital, when we talk about share capital, capital means the initial money needed to start the organization. Private businessman Mukesh Ambani ji is investing 25%. So Mukesh Ambani से ऊपर रहने का है government को, one step ऊपर. So Mukesh Ambani 25, government 26. So the total is 51. So 51% is basically 2 big players. The private organization, generally the business will be done by the big private organizations. Ambani ji के पास बहुत पैसा है, we know. So Ambani ji plus government. So government is 26%, Ambani ji is 25%, so this is 51%, my dear students, and they will involve public at large. So public will be investing 49%. So do not forget this combination. So this is the share capital. What is the aim? Why are these three people combining? Because technical know-how. Technical know-how of the maybe the state government or of the private person and the finance, they are pulled together. So this is all for this chapter. So I all the best dear students. आई एम श्योर कि ये आपको एकदम अच्छे से समझ में आ गया है. नेक्स्ट वी विल स्टार्ट sole proprietorship and Hindu undivided family. Take care. Bye bye.